Hello again, YouTube. It's 5 p.m. Saturday, November 13th. Okay, almost forgot the date. I had to look it up on the Obama phone. Kind of more traffic than normal in this intersection. So, I finally heard back from my daughter regarding going to Portland. She said that we could leave today, that she was waiting for a direct deposit, I'm assuming from one of her food delivery apps, and something about being down to $30 and not wanting to get on the road with only $30. So, I don't know. That's a pretty big yikes to me. I mean, she was looking forward to making a road trip, last Monday, and I don't know. I wouldn't be wanting to make a road trip if I was down to anywhere near $30. But I don't know what she paid on her repairs for her car. But she sure seemed like she was ready to leave on Tuesday, and this really has me wondering, like, what went on with her finances between Tuesday and Saturday, or Tuesday and Friday. But as I said before, when I was her age, I certainly did some interesting long journeys on total shoestring budgets, and I got in some pretty bad situations as a result of doing it. Gosh, I could tell so many stories about that. Oh gosh, but if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have had such an interesting life, especially in my youth. But I remember many times getting on. Oh gosh, let's see. One that really sticks out in my mind. There's a bunch stick out in my mind. I'm thinking of when I first moved to Laramie from. I'll say I was 19 years old, moved from Laramie to, I love the homeless people leaving shopping carts all over the goddamn place. And two of them here. Went from, we got a whole homeless encampment going on over there now. This phone seems to do better in low light, but it definitely doesn't have the, as good of image stabilization as the iPhone has. Oh, by the way, I'm shooting video on my Samsung Galaxy Note 5. And we got more people camping out at that table there. It's, I believe, the smoke break table for the employees at the Lifewell Clinic. But yeah, there's homeless people hanging out at that table now just about 24/7. Anyway, trying to think of journeys that I took where I was moving for the promise of a new job, new life, great opportunity when I was young, that were pretty ill thought out, but I was on the adventure, and I was, Allison is 19, so definitely Allison's age. One that really sticks in mind is when I moved from Guerneville, California to Laramie, Wyoming. And I don't regret that one. Actually, I was only 18 when I did that, come to think of it, because I remember I was working at KREQU in Laramie when I turned 19. I remember. Weird how many things I can't remember everything I did earlier today, but I can remember coming on the air at midnight, August 6th, 1989, and proudly proclaiming that it was my birthday and that I was now an adult. All right, thanks for pulling in front of me. Proudly proclaiming that I was an adult and playing The Pursuit of Happiness. I'm an adult now to start off my show. Looking back at all the radio shows that I had back in the day, that was that overnight show at KRQU, that one was really something. They gave me, like, looking back, it's hard to imagine like how much freedom I had with what I was able to do on the air compared to the average radio gig, and the pay was shit. That was actually an hourly gig, and if memory serves, I was paid $3.50 an hour there. No benefits. $3.50 an hour. And the minimum wage was $3.35, so it's a little better than minimum wage. But God, was it a great station to work at. It was, of every radio station that was on the air in Wyoming at the time, it was by far my favorite musically. It was an AOR station with just a real diverse range of music they played, from classic rock, and keep in mind this is 89, but from classic rock to hair metal, even dip a little bit into thrash metal at night, a little bit of punk, some alternative rock. I mean, as a result of playing music on that station, I got turned on to Bob Mould of Husker Du, and then later of Sugar. Got turned on to him as we used to play his song "See a Little Light" off Workbook. That came out when I was working there. Which is, compared to a lot of Bob Mould's work, that's a really mellow album, but yeah, interesting station. Very day-parted, as far as there was a lot of difference in what we played during the day versus what we played late at night, and the day-parted stuff like really factored into my show, because when I came on at midnight, we were pretty full tilt heavy. You listen to that station between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. and you would think we were a headbanger hard rock station, because that's kind of where we were musically late at night. And if you listen to that station in the morning, I think we backed it off as far as like James Taylor and Grateful Dead. But yeah, it during my shift working from midnight to 6 a.m., the gal that did the night shift, Martell, it was kind of heavy in the afternoon, but it got real heavy on her shift. And then I was kind of responsible for dialing it back. But yeah, by 4 a.m. I was a lot, mellower what I was playing than what I was supposed to play. Then, what we would be playing at midnight. And anyways, the reason I mention that is I remember the song. We did our rotation songs, as far as current songs that were in the heavy, medium, and light rotation. Those were actually done through other stations worked at. They'd be a pre-printed playlist. KRQ, we actually had index cards, and pull from the front, place it in the back, and then there were certain things that would affect, like whether you might skip ahead. We were definitely encouraged to keep kind of a flow in our music to avoid segues that sounded like a train wreck. So it was okay to dig back a couple of cards. Excuse me. It was okay to dig back a couple of cards to find a song, and make sure that the next song you played flowed better. Nice of you to stop in my path. Find a song that flowed better. With whatever you were playing before it. And I do remember some cards having a notation of being day-parted. Mostly stuff that was heavy, more headbanger type stuff that was day-parted for play only at night or only late at night. And anyway, that one kind of sticks in my mind, the See a Little Light by Bob Mould, because I don't think I was to play that any earlier than 3 a.m. And I don't think that was something that we played after 3 p.m. It just was too acoustic for the stuff that we played at night. Which is funny, as I got to kind of learn who Bob Mould was, since Husker Du was, quite the punk band. But the song "See a Little Light," that's how Mark, it's crazy. I remember his name, Mark, the program director, who was also the music director. That's how he had that card. Another one I remember, song that I really, really loved that was in our, I don't think it ever got any higher than our medium rotation, but was also day parted to only be daytime play. So I would only get to play it if it came up in my cards after 3 in the morning. Was the Indigo Girls, See a Little Light, off their first album. In fact, I think that was their first single, certainly their first major single. Phlegm. And I really, really like that album. I mean, I've been following the Indigo Girls ever since, and I don't own their whole discography, but I own most of it. And I feel like I've listened to damn near every one of their albums, but I would be willing to say I've probably listened to their first album more times than every one of their albums, than I've listened to every other one of their albums put together. In fact, many of their albums I probably only listened to 2 or 3 times. But that first Indigo Girls album, love that. I can listen to that one beginning to end anytime. Anyway, that is not what I was going to talk about. I suppose I could talk about what I'm doing. I'm walking to Chipotle. Priscilla ordered a couple of burritos for takeout. Usually she orders delivery. I guess she's decided she doesn't want to spend money on that. Wow, there's a very large rock in the way. That's interesting. Yeah, she ordered for delivery, asked if I would walk and pick them up. So, yeah, whatever. This is walkable for me. Although I hate the fact that it's just assumed, and this is one of the things I think that greatly affects walkability in a lot of American cities. Like this area I've been walking, there's really no path for pedestrians. You can see I've had numerous cars that kind of rolled out in front of me, and other cars looking at me like, hey, what are you doing walking here? I'm walking here. It just is what it is. There needs to be better paths.